Hi friends, MD Vegan. A sesame dressing today. Again, sesame is one of my favorite seeds. It's so inexpensive and available always. Here it's wonderful, and you can also make a nice dressing with that, and it has so many health benefits. It's so wonderful. Seeds have more protein, nuts have more fat, but the nuts and the seeds are the foods with protein and fat. So we need a little bit of that too. Nuts and seeds is part. Greens, vegetables, fruit, nuts and seeds. That's basically what I eat. That's the plants we eat. Very simple. Nuts and seeds are high in protein and fat. The seeds have more protein, but so many other things, minerals. Sesame seed, for example, is high in iron, and there's these kind of minerals, and this is why it's so important to have sesame seeds. It has a strong flavor. It's a little bit earth flavor, a bit smoky. If you have tahini, that's ground sesame seed, this dressing will be easier to make because you can just blend it up. You don't even need a blender for sesame, for tahini, already ground. But when you have the seeds, I prefer the seeds, they are always fresh. You break it down, you ground them, then they begin to lose nutrients. Of course, the seeds are more durable, so they're so inexpensive. So I put a cup of seeds here in the blender, and a lemon goes there. Two here have a lemon peeled. And so far, it's a classical dressing. I have made one of these. The last ingredient I made it before was just here Himalayan salt. And then you have a dressing already nice, with the three ingredients. But here I add garlic, a nice amount. I have 2 cloves here. Maybe I have a large clove. And chili pepper, chili powder. This is bird's eye chili. That's a medium hotness. So there are 10 levels, 10 degrees, and 5 is bird's eye chili. And the hotter they are, the more fruity and tasty they are. But you cannot then use them so easily. 5, the bird's eye chili, and you still can use it without having gloves or glasses or so, because the hot ones are really dangerous. They can really burn you, and it's not easy to dose them to have the measurements, because you need a small amount only when they are so hot, and it's hard to take such a small amount off and to get it right, because they're very hot. But the flavor is better, so the hotter the better, but not that easy to season then a dish when you have a small amount, a small quantity only. So I have a cup of water here on top of all. I begin with a small amount. No, it's a cup. I will have to do several blendings because of the sesame seeds are the very firm seed, hard, so they blend a little bit longer. I begin with the first blending, and the blender dance. I know it's not done, but the blender is going smooth now, and I check if the flavor is right. I need some more of this or so of that. Of course I need more water, I see that in the first glance, but let's check the taste, the flavor. It's too thick, of course, I need more water, that's for sure. The texture is very important for the flavor too, because when there's too little water in a dish, then it's kind of like the flavor, they stick together and you don't taste it anymore. They need more space. Flavor is also a nutrient. That's a chemical substance, and they need space to have space on the taste buds to be really felt, experienced. That's why you need a certain amount of water to make that even, to give it a lot of space. And this is definitely too thick, too dense. Well, let's taste it. Oh, is too thick, but it's super delicious. It's a wonderful combination. Just the chili pepper and the garlic here add very nice tones to this basic dressing with just sesame seeds, lemon, and salt. Here the next step would be, for example, garlic and chili, like here. Yeah. I prefer the chili because to black pepper. Black pepper would have been an option too. But I thought, okay, sesame seeds are more in Asia. They use it all the time. They have a lot of sesame seed dressings. Tahini, I guess that's an Asian expression. And they have chili a lot. I think more than pepper, black pepper. I'm not sure, but I thought it might be nice here also because of this smoky flavor, and somehow the chili I felt a little bit more like that. But you can take black pepper maybe. You don't have a chili, you don't like it, try with pepper. It might be also nice. So one more blending here. I say now a little bit more time with blending. It's really, now after the first blending, it is broken down, the sesame seeds, and now they can soak. They soak now as broken down, easier, it'll take less time, but I might have even to do a third blending to make it really creamy. I'll see you later. Blender dance again. When you don't have a power blender, this is a high-speed blender, power blender, very strong to make it really creamy. You only have a small blender, you could soak the sesame seeds too. Yeah, that would make it easier to blend overnight. You soak sesame seeds and maybe you then drain and rinse it, and then you blend it. Might have a little bit of lighter flavor and easier to blend because even with a power blender, you see you have some problems here to get it really creamy, and you have no power blender. That might be, of course, it's definitely more difficult. But you can always also take tahini. You can buy tahini, and that is very easy. You don't need a blender at all. Maybe a very simple blender for tahini. Either way, whatever you ever have on hand. It's very simple. So that looks nice now. It looks really creamy. Still, I believe it might be too thick yet, but I will check. It's too thick, yeah, still too thick. A lot of sesame seeds. Sesame seeds go a long way actually. They have this very strong flavor, powerful, strong flavor. It's also good for dressings. If you make a dressing, you want to have something strong usually, because the dressing, as soon as it goes onto the salad, the flavor dilutes, less flavor, less intense. And so you have to over season a little bit. And sesame by itself is very strong flavor, so good for dressings. Let's taste it. Oh yeah, very nice. Yeah, but now I guess I need more salt and maybe also more lemon. Yeah. You have a lemon here. It needs more lemon. Yeah, but it's a lot of sesame. I just peel the lemon, cut it in half, and cut the top off, and then I cut down the peel. You see, that's easy. Here, just half a lemon, one more here, goes into the sesame cream, and I have a little bit more of a chili, bird's eye chili. I show you what it looks like here. I have more water in there now, so I need a little bit more seasoning. You see this bird's eye chili here, not too much, because I said it's very strong, but I can touch it without burning my hand. So a little bit more, 1/3 of a teaspoon maybe. And also Himalayan salt, I also need more, because the more water you put in, of course, the flavor dilutes. And here I show you the same with the salt. Here my Himalayan salt, I have a little glass to keep it from, the water from go in. Here just a half teaspoon maybe, shouldn't be too much. Lid on top, so that the water doesn't come in here. The salt soaks in the water, so I always have to put a lid on top, but you know that. And a bit more water because it still is too thick. And more water. Also here, I hinted at it before, you gotta have the right texture, the correct texture to make it perfectly creamy, to have the perfect effectiveness of the nutrients, to make it really tasty. One more blender dance. Now I have a lot of dressing here, but that's absolutely no problem because this dressing is a classic dressing. It's a little bit refined with the chili and the garlic, but I can store it easily for, I think this would go for a week or so easily, and I can have a nice salad every day, just in 5 minutes. Put a little bit of the dressing over some ingredients, so like it goes for many dressings, many salads. Sesame is wonderful. Yeah, now the texture is what I like. It's runny, it's creamy. Now what does it taste like? Let's see. There we go. I can show you now what it looks like. And I fill it into my glass. This is the glass. I have many of these here for these kind of pre-made dressings. I will have 2 glasses of this, or maybe 1.5. You see, and it goes into the refrigerator, and then on many salads. I will show you one of the next videos, one of the salads I make with that. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoy. And in case it is not creamy enough, you can always, also a pre-made dressing, you can always taste it when you shortly before you use it. Maybe the fridge have been in the fridge for 3 days or so. You take it out, you find could have a little bit more salt or so, more runny or so, more lemon. Just put it back into the blender, blend up a little bit fresh with some more seasoning, and you're done. You're done. That's easy. And sometimes you have to tweak a little bit after some days when it was in the fridge, because the flavors can change, especially when you have herbs in there or so. The herbs can change their flavor, get more intense or so, or even turn bitter. Sometimes herbs are a little bit difficult, fresh herbs especially. They can turn bitter after some time. Other herbs that are dried can unfold their flavor when they're in the fridge for some time. So it has the ups and downsides to put in the fridge, but in general, I very much like the idea of pre-made dressings because it's so easy. You can make a pre-made dressing and then have a salad every day and change a little bit. Nice. Okay, thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoy. If so, like my video, subscribe, and be vegan on YouTube, and have another recipe every single day. You can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and Twitter.